Hi there folks, welcome back to the Evan Andy Fishing channel. I hope you're doing really well. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please do that while you're watching the video because that'd be great. IB, we've hit a little milestone, haven't we?
We have hit a little milestone a while ago, probably about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we actually done our second year on YouTube now.
High five. So yeah, this is our 2-year anniversary video. We did one at least last year where we kind of looked over all the cool stuff that had happened over the previous year and selected our top 5 favourite moments from what we've done in the previous 12 months.
Which flew by.
Hasn't it just? I mean, looking at it now, what a strange 12 months it's been. All in with the weather and the travel and the fishing sometimes being tough, and now with virus.
Yep.
It has been an odd 12 months and is shaping up to be a pretty odd 12 months ahead as well.
I know, and everything is just kind of blurred into one now, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. IB's absolutely right when we say big thank you to everyone who's been watching the channel over the last 12 months. Thank you very much for the support, and if you've only just joined the channel, what a good way to catch up with what we've been up to.
I know.
In the previous year.
For you guys that have been watching our lives, you probably recognise the surroundings by now. This is our talk chat sofa.
This is the chat couch.
The chit chat.
Should we crack on with the list?
Yes.
Here we go then. Right, our top 5 favourite moments on the channel from the last 12 months. Right, so number 5 on the list is one of mine.
Yeah, number 5 is one of yours, and it's not in Derbyshire, strangely. It's your chub on the fly, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so one of those trips where you kind of make the best of plans and all of that stuff. I've been wanting to go and do some chub fishing with our good friend Robbie Northman in Norfolk for ages, and just never quite got round to it. So, you kind of make these plans and you're hoping it's going to come off, and we got there and it was super hot, super bright, really not ideal conditions for doing this. We struggled on the lures during the day, if we were honest. Robbie had a couple, one weighed in, which was really cool, and then he caught one on a surface lure as well, which was really cool. But in truth, it was really hard. I messed one up, and then other than that, we had very few opportunities. But as the day wore on, we changed tack and switched from the lures to the flies, and that's what I really wanted to do, was try and catch a proper Norfolk chub on a dry fly. Here's what happened. Got him. That was absolutely beautiful. Now I've got to go and get the net. Panic. Don't panic. Oh, I'm in all kinds of trouble here. God, that was absolutely incredible. It took an age to eat it. Come on, in you come. That'll do. In the net, there we go. Whew. It's a good job I turned the GoPro back on. So that was really cool. Exactly what I was hoping for from some Norfolk chub fly fishing, was to be able to punch a gap in between the trees and land it in that difficult spot. The fish cruised in slow as you like. I'll be honest with you, I thought I'd blown it, because at one point it did turn away from the fly. Just gave it a little twitch, just as Robbie was doing with the lures on the last vlog. And it worked. He turned straight back around, but it was the slowest take. I had a feeling I was going to miss that fish because he had to wait an age for him to turn, but eventually he did. And what I've ended up with is the biggest chub I've ever caught on a fly in the UK, and one of the biggest chub I've caught for a wee while actually. Let's get my hands nice and wet. Absolute stonker. Really nice fish.
You know what? I loved that video altogether. I think it's one of my favourite videos that we've done probably since we started YouTube.
Are you talking about both the videos as one?
Yeah, I think it's just because I wasn't in there, so it was it was interesting to see. Robbie, we love Robbie, and he's really good angler. But everything was just so green and beautiful.
Yeah.
It was sunny, and the river was gorgeous, and the chub was everywhere. I don't know, it was even the edit bit, I thought you did a really good job. It's one of my, in fact, I think I might watch that tonight while we eat dinner.
I'd say that fish was probably one of the best casts I have ever made.
Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? When we always say, when you know that that's going to happen, and it's going to take that fly.
The second that fly landed, I just knew that if there was a chub under that tree, the chances are I was going to move it with that cast. I managed to get it so far underneath the tree I couldn't actually see the fly. It was only as I started to move the fly out that I actually got sight of it, and that chub hovered underneath it for so long. I thought I'd blown it, because it was just looking at it and looking at it. And Robbie had said previously, you know, you'll know whether to move the fly or not from the reaction of the fish. And I just moved it slightly. And it was just that little bit of wake, probably an inch of movement, and he come over and took it. And
so what do you think happens in the chub's mind? Is it just like, oh my god, it's getting away, that's my food, it's getting away? Or is it, oh, that's a bug and it's moving around? Like,
that's a great question. I mean, it could well just be the kind of cat and the ball of string thing. He's just teased it enough to...
Robbie, you're the master, you tell us.
Yeah, Rob's very good at that. Rob will have an answer for that. In truth, I don't know. I was very glad that on that instance it all paid off. And then the next day we caught a few more as well. Actually, the next day we only fished fly, and actually it fished a lot better. Really cool trip. One of my favourite moments, something I've been wanting to do for ages, and something that you and I are hopefully going to get a chance to do later on this year.
I know, I hope so, fingers crossed.
On the subject of catching stuff off the top, number 4 on the list is one of IB's catches. IB, tell us all about number 4.
So I love pike, and I haven't done a lot of, well, we both haven't done a lot of pike fishing because we moved to a different area and we're surrounded by fly waters, which is great, but on the other hand we don't get to fish for pike as much. But Andy went out and caught a load of pike on lures, on topwater lures, and I was really jealous, especially after I watched the video and like the excitement of it and how he was doing it. So I'm pretty sure we were sat on this exact couch while watching the video when Andy produced the video, and he was showing it to me and he was asking how everything was. I went to you, I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to catch a pike like that. So I grabbed your rod. It was your lure bag. I'm literally just completely taking
all the
everything
kit that I'd used.
That used in that specific video, the same lures and everything. I was like, all I want to do is I want to catch a pike on the topwater lure. And we went to the canal and I caught it. Let's have a look. Sorry about the language. Work in progress. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! I did not expect that in any way, shape or form. It's just hooked. It's just hooked. Oh my god. It's just hooked. Oh my god, my heart right now. I did not see him come. My first topwater pike on a frog. Oh my god, that was so cool. My hands are like gently shaking. That was really cool. There he is. My first ever topwater pike on the little froggy. How epic. But I'm gonna put him back now. I really hope you can see the take because it's epic. What a happy girl I am right now. That's epic. As soon as the rain sets in as well. Hopefully there's time for one more.
Well, that was pretty freaking cool. What a take. Absolutely crushed it.
I know. Even every single time when I watch it back, my heart skips a beat at that moment. Like, what is happening? Where did that come out from? Yeah, I did not expect that to happen. And to be fair, the frustrating bit is that that evening, I could have had 3 or 4 pike because I had takes. I just didn't hit them.
Well, I think that's the reality of topwater fishing with pike, is that you've got to look at it and say, I'm fishing for takes. Because particularly with those weedless lures, you're going to miss as many as you hit, probably more. But it's so cool when you get the take that it kind of makes up for the fact that you don't always pin them.
Literally, yeah. I think even the just the take and the excitement itself is so cool. And I think for me, fishing on topwater lures for pike kind of does the same as fishing on a dry fly for trout. It's the same excitement, it's the same engagement. You're constantly working, you're constantly thinking, you're constantly watching what that lure is doing. Like, it's a very visual activity, isn't it? So yeah, no, it was very, very cool, and to be honest, I can't wait to do it again. It was so much fun.
Really hardcore dry fly fishing.
Really, really hardcore dry fly fishing, with harder to cast as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those really light lures on a bait cast are such a nightmare to cast. How many bird's nests did I got in?
There were a couple of tangles that were
Yeah.
in. On the subject of dry fly fishing,
Yes.
number 3 on the list. This was one of my favourite moments of the whole year, without a doubt. This was so cool. This is one of those moments you're glad you had on film.
I know.
IB, talk us through it.
So we had bought ourselves a rod that was phenomenally cheap. I think it was £29.99.
The little outfit.
Yeah, the little outfit. It was £29.99. I drove all across the Midlands to find one in stock as soon as I found out that there's a rod out. And it came into a whole kit. Everything was done. There was a little box of flies, which weren't the best, but there was a box of flies. The leaders were there, the reel was there, the fly line was there, like literally the whole setup. All you need to do is unpack it, put it all together, and you could go and fish. Let's have a look how I got on with the little rod.
Oh, the fly is gone. Andy!
Great job, you. This is a test for that rod, eh? Let him go through once. Don't pull back too hard.
It's a nice fish.
That is yes! Woohoo! What a fish! It's huge!
Oh my
That
god!
might be a PB.
It's big fish.
That might be.
It's a big fish.
Jeez, if it's not far off.
Oh.
On the $29.99 outfit.
So as you've seen, very exciting, super cool. I think that might be my biggest trout as well, PB brownie. We will see. The trout is blind in one eye, just like I am. But also, it's the same fish that I rose the first time. I've got my fly back. Just proves that they don't care as much, because like that fish was back on feeding 2 minutes later, and feeding quite heavily as well. You know, fed quite hard. But I can't wait to show it to you. Oh, yes, I'm just gonna get my hands all wet. Look at that. What a fish. And he just took some pictures for me as well. But what a memorable experience. £29.99 rod. I probably caught the biggest fish of the day or of the month or even of the year for me. Lost it, caught it again, retrieved my fly back, and it's just so cool. I'm gonna put the body back.
One thing that surprised me about the outfit altogether, and I think that was a surprise for you as well. How nice was that fly line?
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, that whole outfit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't great. I don't think I'd want to fish with it day in, day out, given that we've already got kit. But for someone who's just getting into it, there was nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with it.
It was a bit heavy.
Yeah, but
a bit fluffy, but again, completely nothing wrong with it.
No, absolutely fine. The flies sucked, but the rod and the line together actually worked really, really well. The line floated for the whole time we were fishing, and given how damp and rainy it was that day, that was a bit of an achievement in itself. The leader was all right. The leader was absolutely fine. They didn't put any braided loops in there, which is a bit of an oversight, but geez, it's not the end of the world. You can soon do that. But I think you proved there that with a little bit of ability and a little bit of luck, because let's not forget, you actually lost that fish.
Yeah, I
3 or
lost
4
that
casts previous
fish,
and managed to get your own fly back.
I got the fly back, yeah.
That is one of those things that, again, if that hadn't have been filmed, I don't think I'd have believed it.
I don't think I would believe it either.
A big wild brown trout, you snap it off.
Yeah, snap it off.
And then go back 2 minutes later with the same fly
And catch it again.
And catch it again and get your fly back.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that the fish was blind in one eye.
Yep.
As well, and the river keeper said that's a very old fish. Like, that fish has been around for quite a while, obviously. So it's super cool that I managed to trick it, and it was on probably the cheapest rod that river has ever seen.
It was a really, really cool fish. One of my absolute favourites.
And talking about the most favourite moments, something really, really cool happened. I think as a whole, we could put the trip to Slovenia as one of our favourite moments.
Well, yeah,
last year altogether.
The whole trip was amazing.
Specifically from that trip, on the last day, on the last cast, something magical happened.
Yeah, so this, as Yeva says, this was literally the last day. It was the only day where we fished on our own, so we weren't really sure how we were going to get on.
To the airport, a few hours later, we were flying out of Slovenia.
The bags were basically packed. We decided just to creep out for a couple of hours and have one last go on the River Bistra. And in the last pool, on the last day, with the very last cast of the whole trip, this happened.
Right, so we're nearly at the end of the stretch now, nearly the end of the whole trip now. That's frightening. But just at the last minute we found a rising grayling, and it's a big one as well, just the other side of this hanging tree. So if I can get the flies in the bubble line, that's perfect. He's lined it up already. He's already on it. Didn't take it. Interesting. Okay, he's lined that one up this time. He's under it. Ooh, didn't take it again. Okay. One more cast with this, and that's a fly change. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, he's gone back for it. Oh. Right. Okay, let's just let him settle down for a second and get back on his spot. Okay, so he had a good enough view of that to make me feel like I need to change the fly. That'll do. That'll do. He's coming towards it. He's lined it up. Got him. Yes, yes, good fish. Nice fish. Nice fish. I don't know what's going to happen here. He's around the weeds, he's around the tree. Oh, this is a nightmare. It's got to come off that tree. Come on. Oh, I can feel the line grating, but he's off. He's off. Right. Now the fun starts. How far towards the fish can I get without drowning? Oh, it's a good fish. It's a really nice one. I don't feel like he's really figured out what's going on yet because the other fish were stronger than this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This could be it. This could be the grayling. Whoa. Come on. Stun him in. Stun him in. Whoa. Stop that. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah! It's a beauty. It's an absolute beauty. What a fish to finish the trip on. This is it. This is the last minutes of the trip. Oh man, it's the biggest grayling of the whole time we've been here. Oh, amazing. Well, what a last cast this might turn out to be. I mean, we know the Bistra's got big grayling in there. We just hadn't seen many of them today. We've had some nice fish, but finally we've found one of the real nice guys. That is an absolute stunner, big male fish, super lively, easy 40 centimetres. Really happy with that. Bittersweet emotions really about this. I mean, you can't not be thrilled to bits with a beautiful grayling like that. But this is the last fish we're going to release for Slovenia 2019. Go on, buddy. There he goes.
God, wasn't that grayling stunning?
It was one of those kind of trip-defining moments that just... It was just meant to be.
I'm so jealous of that grayling because I'm pretty sure the first day when we fished, Uros tried to guide me on that fish, but I couldn't make the cast because it was a really difficult cast.
It was that branch that was hanging down that was the pain.
But then you also don't have much of a back cast or a side cast because there's so much going on. So I think you did so well to get that fish.
I was pretty proud of that one. I think I'm right in saying it was the biggest grayling of the trip.
Yeah. As much as it pains me to say that, it was the biggest grayling.
Yeah, it was a really, really nice moment. It kind of made a little bit sweeter by the fact that we were doing it on our own.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, we love Oros to bits, but to be there on that river without a guide, and the Bistra is regarded in Slovenia as being a very, very tough technical river. Believe me, those guys don't take that river lightly, do they? It's difficult. So to winkle out one of those with the last cast of the whole trip was pretty special. Now, on the subject of pretty special moments in that trip, I think the number one moment from our last 12 months, I think this was the one that we both agreed on immediately. This was not only my number one moment from the last 12 months, but probably my number one moment from all the fishing we've ever done together.
You think?
Yep, absolutely. Because although I probably never said it to you directly, this was basically what I wanted out of the trip. Was for this to happen. I don't think I ever really told you about that. It was always something I just kept to myself. So I didn't want to put any pressure on you. But I was.
It's a good job you did it.
Yeah, I was desperate for you to catch one of these because I remember what it felt like when I caught my first one.
Yeah.
And it's a real moment because it's a fish we can't catch over here, and again a fish that's held in such high esteem in that part of Europe. IB, talk us through our favourite moment from the last 12 months.
So, there's not much to say. Like, literally the sentence is going to make everyone know what we're talking about. I had a marble trout. I went and I caught a marble trout, and it was a good sized marble trout as well. Ulrich was a ninja, thought he was going to kill himself trying to net my marble trout by jumping through the rocks. I literally did, as soon as he said top one, I did this instinctively. And I think that's exactly what I did after I landed this fish. Let's have a look. Spotted the trout up from above, and he's like, it's a marble trout, 100%, it's a good fish, we're gonna go and we're gonna catch it. And we climbed some rocks, we came down, and we caught it.
Yeah, and
virtually first cast. First cast. I am literally in paradise right now. Yeah, I could not thank Ulrich enough times for this fish. Like, that's why I came here. I wanted the marble trout and he made it happen. Oh, we're gonna put her back. I don't want to. I just want to keep looking at her. She's that beautiful.
So, a few important things to note here. First off, when we first arrived at that area of the Socha, there was actually someone already fishing in that area.
Exactly, that spot.
And we nearly walked away. But as we were kind of getting waded up and having a bit of a look at the river, we had to peer over the bridge, didn't we? I got the drone up for a couple of seconds and this guy cleared off. And Orosh had actually been quite quiet up until this point. And as this guy kind of climbed further up the river...
He even asked us, didn't he? He was like, oh, how are you guys getting on?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we haven't gone in the river yet. How did you go? And he's like, oh, no, nothing. Like, it's rubbish.
as this guy kind of pootled off further upstream, Orosh from the bridge, which is 40 foot above the river, went, there's a marble trout underneath the rock right below the bridge. Get your waders on. And it's like, right, game on. So everything was in such a rush at that point. I think we were both so excited that we didn't get the GoPro set up properly, which is why we haven't got any proper GoPro audio or visual from this one at all. From where I was, I couldn't really see what was going on.
No, to be fair, I wasn't 100% if it's a marble trout until the point where Urs landed it and he's like, you have a marble trout, because we had an ongoing joke saying that Andy's gonna have to propose to me if I land a marble trout, and Urs just shouted to me saying, where's the ring, Andy? And I was like, what? Like, did I actually catch it? Like, is that a marble trout? Yeah, it was very, very emotional and such a beautiful fish. I can't tell you. The water there is so freezing cold, but I did not mind, like, just looking at the fish and making sure that the fish is resting, and like even when we releasing the, like, just so emotional, so special. Yeah, definitely probably the best moment in
they're pretty incredible fish, aren't they? That is a real achievement to get
really
one of those.
Cool, really. And they had to catch it on camera as well, and like with you and Orosh being there was really, really cool.
It's nice to be able to share that with the world, isn't
Not
it?
gonna lie, the fact that guy who just landed out of that spot, him looking from the bridge, what we're doing, made that more special.
He was stood on the bridge watching while we were filming the release,
while we
wasn't
were
he?
celebrating the catching of the marble trout.
Sorry, buddy. Not really.
Not really. Definitely not.
So there are probably a handful of other moments that are worth mentioning from this. I guess probably one of the honourable mentions, if we'll call it that, would be my marble. Honourable mentions.
Your two marbles, I would say.
Well, yeah, actually, particularly kind of the first one, although it was just kind of a chance thing. In truth, when we stopped, because we were on the way out, weren't we? We were going to drive to somewhere else, and Orosh was walking along and he stopped and he said he'd seen a fish. And we covered it a couple of times and couldn't move it. And just as we were talking about moving on, another fish rose. And we were like, okay, we'll go for that. And we had a conversation, and Orosh had said it's a rainbow. And it looked like a rainbow to me as well, because it had a real kind of rosy colour to its flanks. So anyway, I covered it a couple of times and eventually hooked it. And about halfway through playing it, we realised that too was a marble trout, not quite as big as yours.
Nowhere near the size.
Nowhere near the size of yours, but that too was a marble trout, and all of a sudden it got pretty frantic because Orosh is telling me to try not to let it go down the rapids, and I was like, no, we're going with it. If we'll follow it all the way downstream if we need to.
Pretty sure you were shouting as well, it's a marble, it's a marble.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I had a bit of a freak out, yeah. That was probably, other than my grayling, that was probably my standout moment from that trip, was being able to.
And the fact that it wasn't a dry fly as well.
Yeah, that was really cool. Mine was
Don't want you to rub it into me, but yeah, no, I can get that.
Other honourable mentions, nothing to do with dry fly fishing this time.
Saying that, can I just mention it quickly? Your second marble trout that you caught, you caught that on the first cast.
Well,
on the dry fly.
I wasn't going to mention it,
at
was
the
I?
last slide where I could not see anything at that point anymore, you went in there, you made the cast, the fish took it, you played it, you landed it, job done.
I guess another one that is definitely an honourable mention is not necessarily a fish or a single moment, but a whole freaking session of it.
A whole session. I am a very proud fisher lady. I became an owner of my own tied flies, and I tied a few good flies, followed your patterns and your advice, and I went to the River Wye, and this happened.
Ooh, yes. Is that a trout? Yeah. I think that's a whacking great trout. That just took my nymph. Damn it, I wish that was a grayling of that size. Ooh. Ooh, my heart is going. I forgot what a trout feels like. Oh, don't go into the reeds. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go. Oh, but Andy, it's a grayling. Andy, it's a grayling. Andy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was not a trout. That's honestly, if you could feel my heart right now, in fact, my heart, 125 beats per minute. Look at that fish. If that was on my fly, That's it. I'm a pro fly tyer then. Don't care what anyone else says. That will be me done. Let's check it. So, I've just unhooked the fish and let it rest for a second in the water. It was on my fly, which is really cool, really, really cool. It was on my fly. Right, I will try and do a little lift if he behaves. It's a gorgeous fish. So I moved him upstream a little bit just because I can release him a bit more gentle into the water. But, whew, look at that bad boy. There he goes.
I think I make it look too easy sometimes.
That was a collection of quality grayling you caught right there.
I know.
That is a serious, and it wasn't a long session either. I don't think we got there till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I think we left at about 4.
Yeah, I was about to say, as usual, I think we were there quite late.
Yeah.
We never get to the river very early, and I had so many big, good quality fish. It was very, very special to know that, you know, I caught them on my own type flies, and it just makes it a bit more special. I think that's what got me into wanting to tie more flies now. It's because of that feeling.
The feeling of catching them on your own flies,
catching it on something that you made yourself is quite special.
That was a pretty incredible session. You did really, really well there.
And to catch 3 grayling of that size in one session, I consider myself to be really, really extremely lucky, because some of the people haven't got a grayling at all in their entire lives.
Does that make you the grayling queen?
That might make me the grayling queen.
So I guess one more honourable mention on the subject of great sessions. And I'm going to prefix this by saying that I would say the last 12 months is the worst 12 months lure fishing I've ever had in my entire life. As IB mentioned earlier, we moved house, we've moved away from where all my local waters were. There isn't a whole lot of great local lure fishing. Is there? Very little compared to where we were. We're having to do like minimum 2-hour round trip just to find somewhere half decent to fish, and that's just never how I've done my lure fishing. I like doing short sessions and you pick up a bag and just go, and I don't really want to, I don't really travel from a lure fishing, is the reality.
Used to be 10 minutes away from good selection of lure fishing canals and gravel pits and even rivers. Now
it's an hour minimum, yeah. So I haven't had a great season. I certainly didn't have a great winter. I mean, the weather didn't help, did it? That pretty much ruined the Trent for the whole winter. But I managed to sneak in at the end of the summer and do some topwater pike fishing for myself, and managed to catch a decent selection of fish. Let's have a look at a few of these.
Oh, follow. Here he comes, here he comes. Here it comes. Got him, got him. There we go. Oh, that was amazing. He followed it from so far away. So far away. Oh, it's a big fish as well. Yeah, it's a really good one. That's a really nice fish. Big canal fish on the front. Come on, stay on. Oh, is in. Get in. Fantastic. Absolutely awesome. Oh man, well that was absolutely everything that summer topwater pike fishing should be. I made the cast, let it sit for a second or two, and I saw the boil underneath it. And the second I started moving that bait, this guy was behind it, and I could see him waking the whole time. I've just given him a measure. He's just about 90 centimetres, maybe 89. But beautiful fish in great condition, very, very lively. He's just about to kick. Maybe lift him for one more lift. He loved that frook, absolutely smashed it. Let's get him back.
I still remember teasing you when you took a picture and sent it to me, I think after the first one you caught, and I was like, there's no way you actually caught a pike. Because it became a joke, because we haven't been pike fishing for so long. But no, well done, that was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that vlog, to be fair, probably more than my own topwater vlog.
Well, I think obviously it's always difficult to add context into a video like that, but the backstory of that video, as Yeva says, is that I wasn't catching any pike. And it had been a long time since I'd had more than a fish in a session. I've just had a rubbish season, and to go and do some topwater fishing in an evening, you know, as you ever says, it's probably about as close as you get to dry fly fishing with that kind of kit. To catch a few, and particularly the last one, the way it bow waved and, you know, little technical stop and then it ate it. I really enjoyed that session. I really enjoyed that session.
I think if you look back at it on the video as well, you can see the way your mood and you became like more intense and increased to on the better side.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the video, you were like, "Hi guys," blah, blah, blah. And then like you even got the spark in your eyes. Were like after the first one, after the second one, like you even more energetic and more positive.
Well, it's a relief on a few levels. Personally, it's a relief just to catch a few fish, and then obviously because you're filming it as well, it's a massive relief to feel like you've actually got something you could film. Because believe me, I did a lot more lure fishing than got posted on YouTube. I just wasn't catching any fish.
Or you got one fish and then you think, well, that's not gonna make into a good vlog.
Pretty hard to make a vlog out of one little jack, isn't it? So yeah, it was, that session was exactly what I needed at that point. It was a bit of a false dawn because it didn't get any better. I just went back to struggling, but for a couple of hours next to the A38, I got to have some fun with some pike on top water, and I was very grateful for that. On the subject of being grateful, as we said at the start of this, we are massively grateful for everybody, I think, who has taken the time out to watch any of these vlogs over the last 12 months. I think we both still find it a little bit kind of flattering and exciting that people do this.
I think the most surreal moments for me was when we went into a British fly fishing fair and people were stopping us, saying hi.
We've watched your vlogs.
We watch your vlogs. We love your vlogs. Hi, and you're just standing there like, me? You watch me? Like, are you sure it's not someone else? It was so surreal, wasn't it? And it was so nice for everyone to be brave enough to come up to someone who they never met in real life and say hi and that they like our videos. That probably was so cool. It might be the most favorite thing in the entire year.
Yeah, I think every time we look and see that, you know, people have made nice comments on a video, I started to get emails from people actually saying I went out and tried a technique, or I saw something that you guys did and I went away and caught some fish on it. And I think that more than anything is what makes this worth doing, because we make these videos for you guys. That's why we put them out there on the internet.
And it has been a real struggle with being on lockdown right now and not being able to get out fishing. But doing the live streams and seeing the same, wanted to say faces, the same names over and over again. And it's like literally a really lovely community where they start, like you guys start talking to each other in the chats.
Yeah.
Like you already know who's coming, like people saying, hi, yeah, you're from DC again. Yeah, I know you watched last week. It's so cool. So nice to see.
So I think really all we need to do now is say thank you very much to everyone who's watched not only this video, but any or all of the videos in the last 12 months. Like I say, we only do this for you guys. There's no real point to do it otherwise. So thank you very much for watching. If you're a sub, thank you very much for doing that. If you're not, you should have done that by now, because we asked you at the start. IB will tell you off. As soon as lockdown's finished with, we're going to do our very best to make sure we can get out on the water and film some cool stuff for you. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video. Hit subscribe, hit like, make your own comments in the comment section, and IB and I will catch up with you guys again very, very soon.
Bye guys.
Take care, folks. Bye bye.